In this demonstration, I'll show how a Palo Alto Networks firewall decrypts and inspects HTTPS traffic, detects a malicious download, and automatically places the source device into temporary quarantine. Once quarantined, a dynamic address group and a security rule at the top of the rule base block all traffic from that device. After 15 minutes, the tag expires automatically, and normal access can be restored. The lab uses a Kali Linux client with the IP address 192.168.3.10 and a Palo Alto PA-220 firewall running PAN-OS 10.2. The Kali system represents an internal endpoint in the trust zone, with internet traffic passing through the firewall towards the untrust zone. First, let's look at the dynamic address group used for quarantine. The group is called AI Expiring Containment, DAG. Instead of containing manually configured IP addresses, it uses a dynamic match condition. Any source IP assigned, the AI Expiring Containment tag automatically becomes a member of this group. This means the policy does not need to be edited whenever a device is quarantined. A 15-minute timeout is applied when the address is registered. When it expires, the tag is removed automatically, and the address leaves the dynamic address group. Before triggering the threat, we confirm that the Kali client has normal connectivity. The client can reach an external destination, showing that traffic from the trust zone is currently permitted. This baseline confirms that any later loss of connectivity is caused by quarantine and not by a routing, NAT, or policy problem. Next, we review the SSL Forward Proxy decryption policy. Most web traffic is encrypted with HTTPS. Without decryption, the firewall cannot fully inspect the payload. SSL Forward Proxy lets the firewall decrypt outbound HTTPS sessions, inspect the content with security profiles, and then establish a separate encrypted connection to the destination. We now attempt to download a recognized antivirus test file over HTTPS. Because the session is decrypted, the firewall can inspect the file inside the encrypted connection. The download is detected and blocked by the configured security profile. The response page confirms that the file was identified as malicious or suspicious and prevented from reaching the endpoint. Without SSL decryption, the encrypted file content would not normally be available for this level of inspection. We can now review the event in the threat log. The log records the source and destination, application, security rule, threat name, and action taken. An automatic tagging action is associated with the threat event. When the condition is met, the firewall registers the source IP against the AI Expiring Containment tag. The registration includes a timeout of 15 minutes. This provides temporary containment without an administrator manually adding and later removing an address from a static block list. Using the firewall command line, we verify the containment configuration and registered address. The source IP is associated with the expiring containment tag. Because the dynamic address group uses that tag as its match condition, the client immediately becomes a member of the quarantine group. At the top of the security rule base is the expiring containment rule. Its source is the dynamic address group, and its action is deny. Because it is above the normal internet access policies, traffic from a tagged device matches this rule first. The policy blocks traffic from the quarantined source across the relevant applications and zones. The Kali client's connectivity test now fails because its source address is included in the quarantine group. The source remains quarantined for 15 minutes. When the timeout expires, the IP to tag registration is removed automatically. The address leaves the dynamic address group and stops matching the deny rule. Provided no new threat occurs, normal connectivity can resume. This demonstration combines SSL decryption, threat prevention, automatic tagging, a dynamic address group, and policy-based enforcement to deliver rapid, temporary endpoint containment. It reduces manual intervention and gives the security team time to investigate. Thank you for watching.